a Shock and Awe mini review. And the Myth Lurgy finally got me. I've been kind of lucky, but this is the year I guess I get it. But I did sit down to watch Kiyoshi Kurosawa's new movie. Well, not really new. This came out last year. Cloud. How do I explain Cloud? This is going to be interesting. I guess simply it is about a young man who's trying to make it on his own by becoming a internet reseller. And he does this by not really questioning the stock that he's getting, buying really cheap and selling really expensive. This starts, well, of course, pissing off people. And then the end of the movie happens. There are a few things going on. Kurosawa is always one of those directors that has an ultimate point. Cloud, you're going to have to go through some stuff to get there. It's a very slow burn of a movie until it's suddenly not. Again, very Kurosawa. And when you get to that final point, that's what he's ultimately saying, and it's generally about capitalism and selling your soul and all those themes. Though what I found interesting about this movie, generally, is there was this kind of notion that he's playing with between entrepreneurship and having a boss in Japan. Now, in Japan, corporate culture is still king. That is me reading up very briefly about it. This is starting to change very slowly, but everyone has a boss. And what happens is when you want to be your own boss, when you want to have complete control over what you're doing. There's an interesting dynamic there. Also with the dynamic of entrepreneurship equals swindle as well. But the whole thing of what happens when you reject the kind of corporate culture, the kind of hierarchy Japan has. The very first scene, you see a young man disrespecting an older man. And that it kind of goes through the movie. It's a Kurosawa movie, so there is a mixture of humor, there's a mixture of weirdness, there's a mixture of metaphor upon metaphor. This is not a movie I would say if you're going to go watch a Kiyoshi Kurosawa movie. It's definitely not Cloud. But there are a lot of interesting things happening within the movie.